Hi guys, good afternoon. I'm Karunya Rao and with me is Manisha Gupta and we welcome you to the Commodities chat on Moneycontrol. And today we'll talk about monsoon. Talk to us about how has it been so far?
Oh, better and better as the days go by, because 1st to 14th of June wasn't so great, and at one day we had 37% of a deficiency as well. But today we are normal. There is no deficiency at all, and that clearly has to be a good news, because until 14th of June there was no progress, no activation in the monsoons. But what we understand now is that more than 50% of the country has been covered by monsoon, and more states and regions would be covered very soon. So what we understand right now is that all of South and East has been covered. What we are waiting for coverage is Northwest and Central India, but these are important agriculture belts as well, so that's what the markets clearly are waiting for.
So when you say, it's going well, what does it mean for the agri economy? Because clearly that needs a push really at this point in time.
Oh, well, absolutely. When you talk about monsoon, there are so much of hidden in the details. So even as I'm talking normal monsoon right now, the deficiency in major areas is quite huge. So we're looking at floods and very heavy monsoons in south and eastern part of India. But when you look at west and north and central India, there's not so much rains there. So when you look at the geographical distribution, there's a huge divergence there. So you can't really call it normal when you look at overall India here. What it means for us is right now is that I'm assuming that you would be willing to wait another 10 to 15 days to ensure that monsoon covers the rest of the India as well. We do understand that the sowing has begun, but if you compare it to the last year, it is 8% weaker. Okay. So if you look at cotton, there is 30% less sowing as compared to previous year. When you look at oilseeds and pulses, that also is down anywhere between 7 to 12% right now. But the agriculturists, economists are still willing to give another week, 10 days to see those numbers build up. As of now, there's a bit of a concern, but another week can be waited.
But could it translate into any meaningful further inflation in food prices, different commodities and different kinds of food items?
So, we've seen very high food prices already. So what we are looking at in sense of sowing is cotton has seen an all-time high. So the markets are anticipating that you would see 8 to 10 to 15% of a rise in cotton sowing. And edible oils also have seen such huge run up there. So when it comes to edible oil as well, the sowing area could be gaining. But there's as much land. So what is not going to gain in sense of land perhaps is going to be pulses. We've seen good imports, pulses prices are trading below MSP, so it's not a great encouragement for the farmers to actually go for the land there, and that's something that always happens. When farmers are getting good price for one, they ignore the other, and that's how the cycle continues to go on.
So should people who are looking closely at rural plays, whether it's tractors, whether it's fertilizers, chemicals, etc., should they also be concerned right now given the way things are playing out?
Not at all. I think this is very cyclical, all the sectors that you spoke about, including seeds for that matter. So all of those companies are in focus, and also we do understand from the IMD and SkyMet that June and July are going to be better months. June, for example, is only 18% of the overall monsoon of the 4 months. It is critical that July and August see better rainfall, and September again is the tail end of it. So yes, the demand has started to come in already. Seeds are being bought, fertilizers too for that matter. And yes, if the monsoon goes well, the month of July is going to be most critical, and that tells you that as of now, yes, there is buying in all of these sectors. Also what IMD tells us is that June, July is going to be better than August and September. Okay. So whatever demand comes in would come in during this period.
Okay, so for right now, the cues are looking very strong. The initial rains have been good. So let's see how it plays out. And we have to also wait and see how it impacts food and different food related commodities, if at all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be back once again with the latest on commodities.